Qualifier number 5, everybody! Let's get ready to rumble the Bratwurst boys against the Team Ash. We are in the first round of the winner bracket. On the left side, we got Dino and Genji, Cure on Diablo, subbing in today for the Bratwurst boys, since Masquerade isn't here. Playing main tank, actually. We got Hazops on Dehaka, Death Knight on Lucio, and Ultralisk on Falstad. On the right side of our first map of Cursed Hollow, we have Renella on Rhaegar, Morenas on Greymane. Lopaka for Team Ash is rocking Hanzo today with Mitra and Blaze, and Bishops all the way up at the front line with Nubarak. So, let's go! Actually pretty happy about this. Guys, once again, if you don't see a draft in any of my videos, the reason is always the same. The game is being cast from replays. Now, you might ask yourself, why exactly did you cast that game from replays? Where's my draft? I need my draft! And the answer is simple. We have so many games at the same time that I usually try to pick the best ones, but sometimes, you know, I want to go back, cast an additional game for you so that you get as many games out of all of these Banshee Cup qualifiers as humanly possible. And in this case, this is what we're doing right here. So I haven't seen these games yet. I'm casting them completely fresh, but I'm casting them after the fact, and that's why we don't have any draft information, since Blizzard unfortunately doesn't include that in the replay file. So we're going to rely on gameplay only. Bratwurst boys against Team Ash should be a pretty good one, honestly. I found it a bit unfortunate for Team Ash that they had to pair up against the Bratwurst boys in the first round of the winner bracket. The reason for it is fairly simple, though. They are one of the lowest seeds in the tournaments now, Team Ash. And the reason for that is just because they haven't played in a lot of qualifiers. They only started to join qualifier 4, I believe, and then now qualifier number 5. So they need to try and get as far in the tournament as they possibly can to get up some additional points that would then qualify them for the playoffs. For them to make that happen will be a bit tricky, but hey, time will tell. Maybe they can pull that off here against the Bratwurst boys. And if not, if they get sent into the losers bracket, then they still have a chance making a losers bracket run and getting the points there. But of course, it would make things so much harder for them. Now, in the meantime, Team Ash sitting down there with the first set of Siege Giants. Pretty easy early game that we have. And since there's not too much action just yet, it's a perfect opportunity to actually plug the second channel that we just created. So in case that you guys haven't heard, but yep, Stormgate is getting farther and farther developed. We have a bit of an extended NDA phase going on right now too, and we created a second channel for it, where I'm going to upload Stormgate content. I'm going to cover the esports scene there, and of course the development of the game and all of those good things. Probably going to try and cast some games with Tim as well. And if you haven't checked it out yet, there's going to be a link in the description of the video that you should have a look at. And I would absolutely appreciate it if you could check out some of the videos, give them a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel itself. Would really help getting it off the ground, so would be very much appreciated. So thanks in advance to everybody that can spend a bit of time to check it out. And well, in the game here, the first thing that we're getting is a double kill for Genji. So off to a good start. The Bratwurst boy. Honestly, at some point I should just rename them into the Sausage Fest. That would be an adequate name here. Now, then again, I could actually name 100% of the Heroes of the Storm teams like that. But they are the only ones that are already putting the sausage in their team in the first place, so I think it's like, it's something. Maybe in the finals. Maybe we're doing it in the finals. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, first tribute is on the map, and with that, it's time to party and see which team locks it in with 2 kills to 0. That's the obvious leading experience, of course, for the Bratwurst boys. Genji still zipping out here. Cure, yeah, and he's dead. Cure finds himself in that weird spot where he plays main tank today for the team, simply because Masquerade isn't here and they needed somebody to fill that role. But of course, normally you would associate him more with one of those high agility damage dealers that he excels at. He's been playing side lane a lot for the teams that he subbed in on the European server. Playing from North America, he of course has a bit of a disadvantage through his ping. And side laner position, playing Dehaka, playing Blaze here, oftentimes suits him very well in that spot. Going for a main tank on the other hand, is going to be a bit wild here today, so let's see what Cure can pull off. I mean, I heard he's scaling in the late game, so yeah, late game is his. We scaling, boys! Now, either way, 2 kills to 1 as Cure went down, and the first tribute went over to the blue team, but it seems like the push down at the bottom of the map Was about to get flanked hard. Genji protected. And Zilla to zip out. Since we had Rhaegar jumping in for a bit of a bite. Renella wanted a piece of the action and he certainly got it. Now they're trying to go follow Parker. And that is the end of Hanzo. Okay, Hanzo gets murdered. 3 kills, 2-1 by now. And the blue team in the driver's seat, at least this early in the game. Kyo also attempting to bully the Beetle a bit, but goes a bit too far and dies again. And so does Lucio, attempting to save him. That's 2 heroes down. Genji and Hanzo. Well, down here we got, first of all, Genji about to be killed. Yep, he gets killed. And that was a pretty sweet battle for Team Ash. I mean, not only have they all of a sudden taken the lead in kills, but they got easy access to the bottom fort and are about to take that bad boy down. So, 1 fort destroyed in a second. And Team Ash with a bit of momentum over here. Me likey. Top side. Also a bit of a pressure play. Executed by Hanzo and Blaze, and they get the early level 10. They're a level ahead by now. 1 entire level ahead. That's a huge advantage when it comes to heroic abilities. They bunkered up already. Kyo wanted to go for Hanzo. That got shut down. The team is rocking over just as Dino is attempting to channel, but that's of course interrupted. Arrow is out, gets the double stun, and they will have to retreat here. Yes, insta cocoon. And now Dino has to trade away from this, jumps out. That tribute will go over to Team Ash, even with interrupts attempts from the Bratwurst boys. In the long run, they are going to lose out on this. Or are they? Well, yeah, there it is. Gets taken. Got actually a bit closer than I expected. Q, come on, don't do this to me, bro. He died again! And this time he lost all of his soul stacks. Well, not all of them. He lost only a few. He actually maintains the souls of the Blizzard executives that decided to cancel HGC and turn Blizzard into the shit show that it is today. And so he still maintains 25 right now. Way too many people involved. Those people, they don't deserve to get their souls back, so they are lost forever. They have no soul, as we already established. Anubarak is down, so is Greymane. So yeah, blue team is coming back swinging. They come in quickly, get their kills, and they're looking for another one. And I guess Lopaka is also going to bite the dust here. So that's a triple. And they're already at the boss, so why not go in and immediately claim it? Take that boss down and get more momentum on the map. The fort lost initially at the bottom of the map is obviously a setback, but now they can try and destroy the one top and get the additional seed that is currently at the bottom of the map. So this one gets taken. Blaze was coming in too, finds himself very much isolated right now. Oh, has to bunker up to dodge out on the stun from the boss. That could have gotten awkward very quickly. Can you imagine the Haka just dragging him into a boss stun, Blaze trying to escape, eating that and then dying? That would have been a disaster. But he's able to make it out, so that would be good. We have still Hanzo in the middle, taking care of the added experience. High five for Lucio. We got Apocalypse for Diablo. And the double boss play attempt by the Bratwurst boys as they're now moving down to boss number 2. 18,000 damage for Genji. Red team is at least sniffing it out and is now starting to rotate a couple of heroes over. And they want to try and let this one leash, and they can. So yeah, nobody's making that play for boss, but they might be making a play for Lucio. We got 25,000 damage for Hanzo. Easy top damage in the game for him. 3 deaths on Cure. Lopaka just firing arrows widely across the map, trying to see if he can scout something out with it. Cocoon, they got Diablo, there's also Gast. Damn, they're really fighting for this, aren't they? They go for Death Knight, they go for Ultralis. Can they get a kill? Can they get the camp? Can they get anything? They take the camp and lose Rhaegar. But the camp is stolen. Topside fort is, by the way, still standing, so the boss was not able to eliminate it. Despite everything that happened in the last few minutes, we have the Bratwurst boys in the lead in experience, lead in kills. They still have not taken a fort out. So the passive experience, as you can see here, that is a different story. Now, the curse is in, and the red team is cursed. The tribute goes over to the blue team. And now there's the chance to finally take some structures out, and they should be able to eliminate quite a few. That top fort, for example, is definitely going to fall down here. Ultralisk is also going to get that. The passive experience advantage for Team Ash should therefore soon be negated. Always assuming that we will see multiple forts fall. The one at the top is now destroyed. But the Bratwurst boys need to be a little bit more if they want to make this a successful curse. They still have the minion wave at the bottom. That will help for sure. That's true. But here in the middle, the defense is already being set up. There's no global, though, for Team Ash. That's the big problem. Whereas Ultralisk can always play side lane for his team, push these lanes out a bit further, and really just focus on macro play with the birdie. All the way up at the top, My Try has taken care of the minion waves. Here in the middle, the fight is still raging on. Q, on the other hand, might be in trouble. Is a bit low and gets wrecked. Had the stacks and loses 75 of them once again, but respawns immediately. Now they go for Forsted, and Ultralisk gets murdered. That was not as successful as you might have thought at the beginning of the curse. Now Dino still does some damage here and breaks through the gate. They also have to collect all the experience down here, but they are putting a priority on the boss that they are attempting to steal away now. The problem is just simply that the blue team is using that time to steal a camp away, as it seems. They're going over here onto the mercenary camp, and Dino is still pressuring more minion waves into the towers. So, yeah, there's a lot of points on the map where Team Ash should get busy in order to not fall too far behind. Especially bot lane, there's tons of experience now there, of course, too. That camp will, by the way, be taken, but it's going to take them, or it took them a little bit longer than expected. And that allowed Team Ash to get into the middle and try to push for another fort. So it's an interesting situation that we find ourselves in. Ultralisk could get ready for a gust. Well, first of all, he eats the hit, then he eats the stun and the cocoon. This could be a kill. If they can follow up with anything here, they just can't. I was waiting for Hansel's arrow to come out, but he was on a cooldown there, so I couldn't fire either way. But Ultralisk definitely was shitting a brick when he got cocooned, because he's like, boys, I have a problem, and it's a big one. I have a problem, and it's not my drinking, I swear. Level 16, any second, 41,000 damage for Hanzo, 25,000 for Genji. Well, that camp in the middle is still a bit of a pain. Down at the bottom of the map, the boss is breaking through the entire wall as the Apocalypse gets used, and Rhaegar is a second too late to save Hanzo, then gets licked a moment later and eliminated. Bye-bye. That's a kill against Hanzo, Rhaegar, and Genji is just locking the numbers in. Really good jet propulsion, but nobody to follow up on it. So that's making it a bit of a sad attempt. But the jet propulsion was awesome. If they just had the damage there, they could have done so much, but yeah, wasn't meant to be. 10 kills to 7 now. Level 16 on the board for both teams. That gives us also for Genji the final cut. The anti-Dignitas talent. False is going for the next tribute. That's the 4th one that they now have in total. And even though the bottom keep has taken a little bit of damage because of the boss, the Bratwurst boys are in the driver's seat now. Ahead in kills, ahead in experience, getting a bit closer to level 20 there. Granted, it's an entire 3 levels that they have to soak in order to get to their Storm Talons. And a lot can happen in that time frame. Team Ash is going to look for that fight eventually. And now they're looking for the boss. Falstad could fly in. Genji's on the way. Seems like we're going to get a team fight. Unless they can get a kill here. Oh, no stun. Nice deny. And Nuburak is dead. Can they get a counter kill thanks to Hanzo's arrow? Doesn't seem like it. Boss leashed. And we even have a catapult on the top side keep in a moment, so this could be really bad for them. Killing Genji is a really nice move though, and they're taking Tehaka down too, so that's a double kill. Might make it a triple as they go for Cure, and he gets murdered. It's a triple, baby. 11 kills to 10. Never count out Team Ash. These guys, they love to be aggressive. They love to make those big moves. And they just did it again. It's actually surprisingly even between the two teams. Let's not forget that the Bratwurst boys are by far the top team in the Banshee Cup qualifiers. They're really the team to beat. And well, Team Ash is trying. And they're putting in a great effort. 33,000 damage from Genji, but look at the 58k from Hanzo. Now we finally know who the stronger brother is. Once and for all. Seems like it's Hanzo. Yeah. A family feud with so many deaths in the past. But, alright. They are trying to go for the middle. Falstad is still defending at the top. And since they are about to take a camp here, the goal seems to be to destroy all of the forts. The top fort will fall, and now with the mercenary camp that they're locking in, they should be able to also go for the one in the middle. At least occupy some of these minion waves and push in from the front and see where that gets them. But as is, they are of course also looking for some added kills with bishops diving in. One stun, follow-up is ready, and Cure gets slowly poked. At this point, I just find it sad that we have Go for the Throat. Ever since I saw that one game where they went on 20 into the Gilnean roulette and just poked out Diablo and other heroes at the front line with one bullet after another every couple of seconds, I just want to see it again. It was so funny. It was such a funny game. It's a shame that we don't see that more often. But yeah, I would definitely love for another game like this. Either way, maybe if Greymane becomes more popular again. It's not like he's unpopular, but he's not your normal go-to pick right from the get-go. So, boss at the top, 3.5 minutes. The one at the bottom is going to spawn a little bit sooner. This could be a curse, by the way. If the blue team gets cursed here, then they would really be in trouble. Now they're waiting for level 20. Oh, a poke! Oh, and Hanzo's arrow! That did way more work. Great arrow, and Lucio gets absolutely dunked on. Greymane came in, dropped him, and Cure, he can push people around a bit longer, but obviously that is lights out for Diablo, and this is a curse. Curse number 1 for Team Ash, the second one of the game, and off we go. This should result in at least a keep. I mean, yeah, if you are talking about a 50-minute game, this should be keep. And what? Hanzo? Where did you want to go? They set up a trap for him and he fell right into it. Hanzo, that old face checker right there. Face checked the bush, and now that curse is going to do very little for them. Yeah, that's not going to do a lot anymore. Yeah, that's bad news for Team Ash. That's definitely bad news. Bishops get saved by an Ancestral, but the blue team is about to hit level 20, and this curse is not doing anything. It's gonna take some of those towers out. Congratulations, and that's nothing. Yeah, that just sucks. That just clearly sucks. I mean, they have more map control. They took the fort out in the middle, so I guess they got something out of it. But I was certain that we would see a keep fall. And now what we're seeing instead is them going for a mercenary camp as the blue team is going for the boss and claims it. So, yeah, talk about anticlimactic. Team Ash, they just need to do what they just did a second ago. They need to go for another big move and get this back. Ultralisk also with Epic Mount on level 20. So he wants to go A, for more map control, but B, also another chance to simply fly behind the opponent's team and make a bit of a sexy play by gusting them in, which he has already done a few times in the past. So we should see what he can do with it. Yeah, talking gust. First one is already out. Boss will be defeated, I guess. Depends. Can they get a kill? Drag connects. Tehaka making a decent move here, but they can't follow it up with damage. 73,000 damage for Hanzo. 50,000 for Greymane, both of them higher than the top damage dealer on the blue team side. The Bathrobe boys with Dainu on Genji rocking 44,000. We have 34,000 on Falstad. And still the attack coming through the middle. 12 kills to 12. Yeah, we're dead even. Letting the boss go, and they're pushing down here just a bit. Poking that keep on. That's actually a lot of free damage on the keep. That's not shabby. That's a third of the hit points gone. Good stuff. APOC, they're trying for the big hits here, but these APOC combos that Q was attempting to key up, they are not working. And now the stun onto the X-Strike. That was a pretty cool play from Anubarak, but they didn't have the damage to take Genji down. Hazorps, he is also mega low, but both of them escape. But Anubarak diving onto the X-Strike to stun out Genji when he comes back down, that was pretty sweet. If that results in a kill, it's a totally different story. They steal the camp. We're now 18 minutes in. But yeah, this could still be a pretty dangerous position for the Bratwurst boys, because the aggression is still there. Bishops jumps in. Arrow! Nice! And Greymane is immediately diving in. Bye-bye Lucio. And bye-bye Ultralisk. Jumps in, takes him down. Epic Mount can save the day. Cure explodes. And that's the triple, baby. That's a triple right here. Make it a quad kill. Team Ash on their way to potential victory. A full 5-man team wipe as they go for keep and core. And damn, they are taking the first win in the best of 3 series against Team Ash here in the winner bracket. We're in round number 1 and Team Ash is crushing it. Congratulations, that was pretty wild. Cure died 7 times, Blaze didn't die once. Damn. So yeah, nicely done. Team Ash with 1-0 advantage over the Bratwurst boys after their victory on Cursed Hollow. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Well, Team Ash pulled it off. 1-0 advantage for the team in red, taking down the Bratwurst boys in the first map of the series. Over on the left, we got Cure playing Muradin in game number 2. We have Hazobs on Sonya, Dino on Cassia, Death Knight on Uther, and damn, Ultralist! Look at that, we get Abathur! I don't know what surprised me more, that Abathur is being played or that Hazo didn't call dips. I'm not quite sure. On the right side, Team Ash as they go for match point. We got Renella on Brightwing, Morenas on ETC, Bishops playing Junkrat, Maitri and Leoric, and Lopaka is playing Samuro. Alright, let the games begin. Yeah, this could be a wild series. Can you imagine the Bathrobe boys dropping down... the Bratwurst boys. They don't have a Bathrobe today. Masquerade isn't here. Can you imagine if they would drop down into the losers bracket and would have to go for one of those massive loser bracket runs in order to make it into the grand final? That would be kind of wild. Bit of a poke in the middle. Lopaka up at the top. I love that more and more people are now starting to play Samuro and show him some love. Absolutely awesome. So, we'll see what they can do with that. Down at the bottom of the map for now, we got Maitri and Hazu just doing their thing here in a 1v1. Sonya getting the assist from Abathur, who as usual doesn't respect the 1v1. But to be fair, ETC was also starting to rotate over and would have most likely not respected that either. But yeah, let's go. Ah, the slide! And Brightwing taking Uther into a monkey. Oh boy. One thing that these days is a little bit weird to me, is it also strange to you? I'm so used to Netflix and all of the other streaming services that just dump entire shows onto their streaming services where you don't have to watch, you know, like one episode every single week. When I find a show that I really like and it only releases an episode a week, I'm always just like sitting there. I was like, no, why? Yeah, I fully developed this binge mentality. That's why it's always great when you find something that is old, that's already fully released and has several seasons released. Particularly with anime, it's just so bad. There's like so many good shows out there. Shangri-La Frontier, Solo Leveling, they're all great, they're all fun. And it's just one episode a week, and these episodes are just insanely short. It's like 24 minutes or something. So effectively 20 minutes, and those pass in 5. Yeah, it's crazy. They need to release longer episodes or more episodes at the time. It's just not okay. Ring of Leech on level 4, and seems like we're going for beef today, aren't we? Yeah, well, Renella was trying to save the day. Might even be able to pull it off. Might also be in trouble, and it immediately hits Bishops. Yeah, you can't B-step here. I think Bishops just killed the fruit fly. Did he just kill his own ally? Let's take another look at this. Look at the positioning here. Look at when the mine gets triggered. Brightwing gets away, gets away, gets away, gets away. Doesn't get away anymore. Fully killed by his own teammate. I think Brightwing would have gotten away from that spot if not for that Junkrat mine. I can absolutely say, okay, probably there were good intentions behind it, but looking at the replay again, I think he would have gotten out of there. Oh boy. Either way, 2 kills to 0, and a bit of an advantage as the first objective could theoretically be taken, but we're not even at level 7 yet, so teams will oftentimes wait a bit longer and fight for that. Dino and Death Knight now all sitting up at the top, whereas Sonya is going for a bit more spin to win on the mercenary camp. We have with Paralyzing Rage now also the level 4 talent locked in for Leo and one with the wind. So Leo is apparently getting mad again. He's raging. He's raging a lot. I can empathize. Okay. Camp is up. And level 7 kicks in. As it is again Team Ash that takes a slight lead on the objective. Not too bad. Are they locking this one in? Again, they are in the lead. If they win this, it's a 2-0 victory and they drop the blue team down into the losers bracket. So yep, there's that. Now, either way, Dino gets drained. Leo's still up. They have 13 seconds left for the objective and Samuro is just continuing to annoy them by lane pushing over and over again. This time he has to go up against Hazorps here. On the middle of the map, Cure also has to be a bit cautious. ETC starting to run in at the top, just trying to keep everybody away from the prisoner camp. Talons are currently even. Cure comes in. They want that Storm Bolt, but first the power slide, and that puts Dino in trouble, and he's dead. Cassia is gone. They're still going for some more body blocks. Death Knight finds himself in a corner and dies too. Nice double kill. Team Ash with that usual aggression. And Hazorps doesn't care. Hazorps sits at the bottom of the map. Is like, yeah, not my problem. I'm taking structures down. I got an Abathur head. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm just destroying some stuff here. So, even kill count. And it seems that the Bratwurst boys have finally found an opponent that they can't just simply obliterate and meme around all day, every day. Nah, they gotta really dig deep for this one, don't they? Once again, the objective is being channeled, and this looks very much like Team Ash is going to walk away with the first set of raiders. And that might help them to even take a fort out, because they've opened a lot of these forts up already. A lot of walls have been destroyed earlier. Abathur at the top is trying to repair the damaged one, but at the bottom of the match is a very, very different story. Because there, the entire thing has more or less been destroyed. In the middle of the map, they've done damage too. Even the side walls are dropped. So now with the raiders coming in, there's your chance to take a fort out. Especially since they're hitting level 10. I suppose both teams will by the time that the attack is full on. There's a tiny gap. Not too much though. Mosh Pit. And we get Blade Storm for Samuro. And then over on the other side, we got Ultimate Evolution, Avatar, and Wrath of the Berserker. And it's party time. Ultralist with a copy. Double Cassia. Yeah, they can poke this out and defend it, but it's still taking damage. From the looks of it, though, they're not going to take a fort. I think even this at the top can be defended. If they rotate over, and currently it's only Cure. Yeah, Lopaka is actually slowing down Dino. I love it. They are getting the fort. And there's also a chance to take Dino out. Riptire. Ah, Divine Shield bait. Nice call by Death Knight. You could really tell how he called it, and now he gets punished for it. This, my friend, is what happens when you deny your opponent a kill. You get quickly taken out yourself. Nice mosh pit, I love it. And you see those moves, Uther. Those hips don't lie, baby. Oh yeah. Back in his day, you know, when he wasn't an old geezer, he was terrific on the dance floor. He was a menace. Anyways, that's actually something that I'm not quite sure if I don't want to see it or if I want to see it. Can you picture Uther just absolutely murdering it on the dance floor? I'm not quite sure if that is like the total cringe and you never want to watch it because you can't unsee it, or if it's actually so fantastic that everybody should get a glimpse. Yeah, I'm not sure. We need a Heroes of the Storm club at some point. They go for the boss and they're gonna grab it. Yeah, you can try and play around with it a little bit, but there's nobody here. There's not enough heroes to deal with that, so my try, he commits Sudoku. He's down. Honorable Subaru has indeed been committed as he was just trying to, I guess, slow them down a bit. That gave time for the top side, so each team has gotten a boss here. And good move by the blue team to at least get the one at the bottom of the map, but there's now also Samuro still pressuring through this. And let's not forget that at the bottom of the map they still have to go through the fort. Now this thing is obviously falling, but it's also going to take the hit points of the boss down to roughly 50%, so there's that. ETC gets killed by Abathur as they're continuing with the push at the top side. Keep getting attacked. Middle of the map, Lopaka again. trying to do his best here as the camp is once again taken. So they are able to go for the camp. Cure comes in. Where's that Stormbolt when you need it? There it is. Double hit. And can they get a follow-up? And Tomb to stop Cassia from escaping. But they're still fine. Death Knight is also still alright. Able to heal everybody up. Riptire comes out, but it's not going to get too much. It takes the minion wave down, helps them to push this more aggressively because they need to take this fort. If they don't take the fort soon, then Abathur will repair it back to 100%. So yeah, gotta be super careful with this. We now have 15,000 damage for Samuro, who interestingly enough is the top damage dealer on the team. 2k ahead of Junkrat. And 21,000 for Cassia over on the left side. So yeah, she's definitely rocking the numbers as Hazorps goes for another camp and helps his team to get more pressure going in the middle of the map for now. 4 kills to 3, 13 to 14 all in all. Yeah, the push over here is now also coming as they're again trying to go for the objective. So the two teams are just getting into positioning and they're dead even. I mean, it's both are on level 14 right now. And I love it. We had so many games where Bratwurst boys were just dominant. But at least here, they are struggling a little bit. Team Ash has a tiny lead in experience, is still using Samuro to push the lanes out, uses his Blade Storm to take the minion waves out, and is now just rotating from one lane to another, applying pressure at the top, at the bottom. There's still a battle, of course, for the thingy, for the prisoner camp. Yeah, there's an ult. Mosh Pit already used. Divine Shield to save Cassia. So that one's out. Samuro isn't here. But this is good and bad news. I mean, on the one hand, it's a bit of an awkward battle because essentially it's a 4 versus 4, but Abathur turns it into a full-on 5 versus 4 fight. But with Samuro pushing the lanes out, it also means that he's in a spot where he can easily do more damage at the keep at the top side, and that will force Abathur to focus the mule onto the top. And if nobody deals with it, then he eventually is going to get this one. And Sonya is moving in right now, but might be a bit late to the party. Yeah, Sonya comes in, Samuro drives away. They go for ETC once more. And Abathur needs to drop that mule. That's 50% gone. You don't want to lose those shields. Mule can be such a powerful tool and it can be absolute garbage. If you have a composition on your opponent's side that is just really good at going for structures and eliminating them immediately, you get nothing. If on the other hand, your opponent has a lot of poke and is always just like pushing on the sides, then you can get so much work done. Kyo waiting for a cooldown that he might not get in time. Hops out, and I think his trait is going to kick in as Brightwing had to save Samuro and join the fun. Mirrodin gets caught eventually, and still no mule here. Not sure if Samuro took that out, but yeah, they need to do something about it, or they are going to lose it. There's the Entomb against Cassia. Ultralis with a copy is reacting instantly to help his teammate out. Morenas is sliding away. And the Brightwing Samuro combo at the top is facing off against Sonya. So, yeah, more and more pressure. Ultra is gonna lose a copy here. And still no mule. Level 16 is in. Yeah, the Bratwurst boys are a little bit on the back foot, aren't they? They definitely are. They're about to lose another 40 as it seems. At least some hit points on it. 16 talents give us adrenaline boost, and we now got martial law. Objective also activated by Team Ash. They are the ones that make the choices now. They set the agenda and make the big moves. Now they might not get the objective here yet, but they are keeping them on their toes. And while they have to defend, we have Samuro pushing once more. So now he can go for Mule, can take that out, or can just go for the added damage on it. Yeah, quick spin to win here. Not a problem. Sonya's gonna try and do the exact same thing, but they are doing more and more damage over on the top side fort. And sorry, top side keep. And Samuro just moves into the middle and tries to execute the play again. Hazu is trying to keep up as much as he can, moving from one spot to another, just to turn out those fires, but it's getting a little bit dicey, specifically up here. Abathur setting Toxic Nests up to save the day, but if Samuro makes another move for it, that thing's gone. It showcases really why Samuro can be such an annoying hero. I mean, this is the perfect example. The Bratwurst boys are basically just like pinned down over and over again, and Abathur will have to focus extremely heavily on the top side now, because he needs to not only mule up on it, but he also needs to use the symbiote in order to ensure that the lanes, the minions aren't pushing in. So a lot of map awareness is needed. with Team Ash taking a lead in experience. It's not looking too bad. We got 24,000 for Junkrat now, 38,000 for Cassia. Campus being taken. At least they're trying to. It would be their first. So they would get the first set of cavalry if they can take it right here. And that's what they're trying to do. So here comes the Riptire. Cure already a bit low in the thick of things. Gets drained, jumps out. A lot of drain damage from Leor, by the way, too. Is at 25,000 currently. And they are with the mosh pit trying to get that kill, but Death Knight dropping the Divine Shield immediately, not risking anything, and ETC gets punished. He falls, and that's the first kill for the blue team. They also get the objective. Can they get another kill? Can they fall off? Or are they going to lose somebody? Because Muradin is still low. Muradin is insanely low, gets drained and murdered. Muradin gone. My try will fall as well. Renella trying to get out here, but the Fruit Fly gets hammered into the ground. We have the fort in the middle of the map already falling to the Winions. And finally a bit of momentum for the Bratwurst boys that they not only get 2 but 3 heroes killed. They won Junkrat and Sonya slams him into the ground too. Great kill here. Really good kill at a perfect time. Top side, this keep is now being saved. Abatha muling it up. And with the cavalry, they can push the lane out. It's going to make it so much harder for Samuro to get back into a position where he can do the damage here. So the momentum for the Bratwurst boys. They're getting some damage done. Specifically here in the middle. Might get the entire keep now that I'm looking at it. They need some assistance if they really want to save it. And I suppose they can save it, but it's not going to have a lot of hit points left. They're going to save the keep. It's going to be low. At the top, still an attack against the fort. And yeah, if anybody just pokes into the middle lane structure, it will fall. All the forts are now gone, and that puts the Bratwurst boys into a great spot. Not only does the passive experience increase for them now, severely outmatch the one that we're getting for Team Ash, but you can see that with a copy of Abatha, they're hoping to take the keep out, and they do. That's the first armor shield gone, so a big step towards a potential victory as they're breaking through the wall at the top. And all of these plays are now forcing Samuro to also retreat. He can't just simply sit on the side lane and push. Level 20 is ready. That means redemption. That means rewind for Muradin. Cure jumping to the front. Maybe a bit too deep. Still able to get out. But they are poking against this as well. Riptire. Divine Shield is out. There comes the Marsh. They go for ETC. And... oh, he's alive. ETC is alive. For now. Hazu. And... ETC! He's dead, but Sonya gets punished. The mace to the face, as Leoric says thank you, comes in and absolutely murders her. So, yeah, 4 versus 4 now, with still pressure being applied at the top. Keep hasn't fallen. Talking about pressure, as Uther dies once, again he has redemption. This bottom fort is also in trouble, but they're still trying. They're still trying to get in here. We have Burning Despair, by the way. Brightwing is gone. Burning Despair is accurately describing Maitry's current state, because they are despairing heavily. They're losing way too much. They're losing bishops now too. The entire team, with the exception of Samuro, is dead. They are not going for the boss. Good call. Go for the keep first. Remove that armor shield. It's so much safer to do that before you're focusing onto the main structure. So this was definitely the right decision here. And the Bratwurst boys, they have a chance to seal the deal here, to save it. It's a 4 versus 1. Leo will be back soon. The core is already at 50% HP. ETC comes back. And they gotta retreat. Yeah, they're not fighting through this. The core will recover the hit points, so they're actually not going for victory just yet, unless of course they get even more kills, and damn, they do. 13 kills to 7. Death Knight is alive, and then he's dead. Alright, he's alive, dies a moment later, so does Leoric. Cure. Sonya is back. Oh, they're going again. They're trying again. Junkrat back in 7 seconds. They might be able to finish it before he makes it back up onto the map. And I think they do. That's a W on All-Track Pass for the Bratwurst boys. We are going to game number 3, everybody, in this winner bracket match between Team Ash and the Bratwurst boys. Bratwurst boys against Team Ash, and we are in game number 3, the final map. We're going the distance in this winner bracket series. Cure on Varian, now that we're on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We have Death Knight on Stukov, so they go for a sniper comp, and oof, that is a lot of stun. Holy moly. Hazups is playing Raxa, so Misha can stun in too. We have Ultralisk on Carrigan and Dino on Phoenix for the range damage. But yeah, once you get caught by that train, you can't move your hero anymore. On the right side, once again, trying to drop the blue team into the lower bracket. We got Renella on Deckard, Morenas on Deathwing, Bishops on Stitches, Lopaka on Chromie, and Maitrai is playing Hogger. Alright, so far so good. Chromie going to try and murder people again. Morenas, as usual, just a massive disappointment. Playing the turkey skin, the chicken skin for Deathwing. And it's just not cool. That's a plucked chicken right there. And the only... Deathwing does not inspire fear of death or terror in me when I see him like that. The only thing that he instills in me is deep, deep yearning for chicken wings. That's the only thing. So, yeah. All the way up towards the top. We got Dino also maybe in a little bit of trouble. First death is already out, so the Bratwurst boys, they are starting to get some kills even before we have Varian turning into a real hero. That was cool. Ah, and he gets healed. No, they were so close. Deckard Kane is dead, Stitches is dead, and damn, that is more than unfortunate. That is massively unfortunate. God, that's... they were so close to get Phoenix, and then they lose multiple heroes in the process. 2 die. What a start for the blue team. What a start for them. That's actually pretty epic. So, yeah, that's a great opening for the Bratwurst team. The blue team is going to be super happy about it. Great save from Stukov on Phoenix first, then the lurking arm, of course. Varian will also soon... It's kind of funny, by the way, that despite the fact that they have 3 kills to 0, they're not even ahead in experience. But yeah, obviously, it's still great. Taking some gems down from the opponents, even if it's not a whole lot this early in the game. Then also getting access to the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map is already big. And yeah, in addition to this, let's see what else they can do. I mean, things so far are looking quite good for the blue team, but it's way too early to give a team a proper lead here. They hit level 4 at the same time. The difference in gems is not that great. But now Varian has his ult, and that of course makes things a lot more interesting, because here is the first time where they can try and execute some combos. And they might already be willing to make the first play here. Oh, the good hook from Bishops might just be... Yeah, that's the end of Hazu. Hazu Ops is dropped. Hazu dies. Easy kill for them in that instance. And also the first blood for the blue team. So yeah, job well done. With that little play, let's see how much farther they can go. We already have Lopaka up at the top side with Chromie still defending, getting more gems in. 13 gems have been turned over so far. The blue team was the only one that was able to turn anything in here, and they're getting closer and closer to holding enough that they could theoretically also get a web weave away for themselves. Another hook this time missing. Bishop's also with the patchwork creation, by the way, on level 1. And everybody's just gobbling up potions over here. Everybody's just grabbing one potion after another. As we still haven't seen a proper comp from Cure yet with Varian. But I think it's a really good hero for him too. I mean, Varian can be quite tanky, and if you have to play with a bit of a ping disadvantage, that's a nice hero to set up of. They go for Stitches and they absolutely murder him. So they come in, take him down, they go for Deathwing. That's another one that gets eliminated. Deathwing is dropped, and that's kill number 5 now. So slowly but steadily, we get that lead in experience that we've been talking about a moment ago. Slight lead in experience. Level 7 is also soon going to kick in for the blue team. So if they now turn in the remaining gems that they need here, they might start things off even with a talent advantage. Then again, highly unlikely. Team Ash is going to get their own level 7 talent in a moment, but they could use that advantage to secure that turn in. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Maitrai and Hogger, 16 gems. Also got to be careful. Yeah, Cure is turning in. I thought he would try and go for him and try and taunt him so that they can kill him, but they do it a moment later, and that's as good as doing it earlier. As long as Hogger dies, they're going to be fine. Yeah, that is easy. Because now we have 16 gems that they just lost. Kerrigan dies, but they're recovering the gems. And the blue web weavers are going to come down next. So this is a great spot for the Bratwurst boys to be in. Secure your own turn in. They traded kills with the opponent, but only one team lost gems. So that's fantastic. That is not fantastic. You're getting hooked here. That's a disaster. Yeah, the timing couldn't be worse. Web Weavers come down and Team Ash hammer away at Varian. They kill him. Now it's a level 8 versus level 8, but it's a 5 versus 4 defense for a few more seconds. So it gets a bit awkward. The early kills weren't really a problem. Kerrigan, Ultralisk is trying again for a quick hit here, but he just can't lock bishops down, can he? He's trying, but it's not really working. So Lopaka, yeah, he gets for a moment swapped in, but there's no follow-up stun. Dino gets some damage on the Chromie, but it's definitely not enough to get a kill out of it. So the defense is holding strong. This Web Weaver wave is not going to be doing too much. They might pick up another kill, and they do against Maitri, so Hogger dies again. And he's not the only one. Damn, they're going for Lopaka too. Gems get recovered by Renella, as they're still pushing towards the top. Another hook against Kerrigan. But as the Web Weavers are defeated, it's quite clear that there wasn't a lot that the Bratwurst boys could do with it. Now, they picked up a few kills and denied some gems to the opponent. That's actually big. That's really big. But the one thing that they massively missed out on is structural damage. They only opened some walls up, and not even all of them. But if you're looking at the gem count right now, what essentially has happened is that Team Ash lost nearly 50 gems. I think they lost around 40 in total. They're 40 gems behind. That's big. It's nearly an entire turn-in. So that is a massive setback for Team Ash, at least initially. Now, if they can get their own turn in and maybe get a bit more value out of it, then they can recover and bring this back. But they are struggling just slightly. Both teams now on level 10 with 8 kills to 3, so that's a big advantage. Stay a while and listen. We also get, as expected, Gorge. And Stitches is waiting for that big hook. He gets the hook extension on level 13. That's when he gets that baseline done. And that is big. If you can get the additional 40%, those hooks all of a sudden come out of nowhere to take people down. So, yeah. Morenas also is doing his thing here. Dino starting to slowly fall back. Death Knight in particular is, of course, the one that they would love to get, because he is the one that doesn't have any tools to get out of harm's way here, and nobody that can really shield him. So if they get a good hook against Stukov, that would be just a dream. He also won't be able to deploy his lurking arm in that situation, so there's another added advantage that they have. Ultralisk, in the meantime, is also playing this a little bit slow. Everybody is, of course, still looking for turn-ins and attempting to deny it to the opponent. 41 gems have been turned in by the red team, as they're working on their own, and it seems like Morenas is going to complete it. And yep, he does. So, good move by Team Ash. Making sure that they're getting that one set up. Lopaka also just waddling away here. Gets attacked, and they might be able to kill him now. The ult! Ah, the laser! Brrr, and the double kill. Deckard Kane dies, but first Chromie falls. Chromie is gone. The Web Weaver is now on the ground, but 2 heroes eliminated. Make it 3. What a defense from the Bratwurst base. That was awesome. That was a pretty big play right there. Alright, check this out. Here come the boars. That slows Chromie down, and then brrrr, Deckard Kane is in the same spot and also dies. Oh god, I love that ult. It's so dumb. It's such a dumb ult. It's amazing. And normally when you see the combo with Murky, it's just really fun. But yeah, just seeing him go all out on the Planet Cracker is amazing. It's so cool. So with level 13 under their belts, they're now defending properly. Haven't lost a fort either. Lopaka is in trouble again, is gonna fall. Not gonna get out of this one. Lurking arm torn. There's just too much to see for them to deal with. They at least get a kill against Ultralisk, since Deathwing is just absolutely unimpressed by CC. But Cure might not make it. There's a heal attempt, and... oh, no way! You are kidding me! As a Cure today, sometimes they are able to save heroes that have absolutely no right being saved. this is so sad for the red team. Look at this. Just look at this. The taunt is there, the follow-up stun, they get the kill. Deckard is down, Varian survives. Now we have a 1.5 level advantage for the Bratwurst boys. And with this Web Weaver wave that they just got, they should also be able to now make a few moves against the opponent's structures. I mean, those are the plays that you gotta make now. Nicely done. I mean, that's pretty amazing because they have a level 13, it's even talents. And this is the hook extension too. But the stats advantage is big. They get Web Weavers now. They can maybe take some forts down. And yeah, great momentum. Huge snowball opportunity here for them. And they go for Stitches, but they lose Kerrigan. Nice, good defense by Team Ash. They are not giving up on this game. They definitely aren't. Nice damage here at the bottom of the map though. Onto the structure. I think Hazo is going to lock this one in. And as Deathwing is defending at the top, the Web Weaver here is doing very good damage too. They might not be able to get the fort just now, but it's so low that it's only a matter of time until this one gets dropped. Damage output, 36,000 top damage numbers, therefore for... Oh, there it is again. And they go for Renella. They don't get him with the Planet Cracker, and they don't get him either. Bishops with a helping hand. Sweet. Definitely one of the better ones that we've seen here. But what I was about to say is we have now 39,000 for Phoenix. He's top damage. As the fort at the top is super low. The one at the bottom has fallen. Gorge against Varian. Deckard came a bit late on this, or a little bit too early, I should say. Lurking Arm is such a problem for them. Stukov is an absolute menace when he positions himself properly, and he's done that now several times to save targets. There's the spin to win attempt. They got some damage through, but the kill against Deathwing is still the biggest problem. And just look at the gem counts again. We have 33 gems for the team that already had 2 turn-ins. We have only 16 for the team that only had 1 so far. So the advantage in gems for the Bratwurst boys is pretty sick. I mean, it really is. Not even to talk about the lead that they have right now in experience and therefore talents. They have level 16, and that is going to help them control the 2 turn-in points. And makes it very, very difficult for their opponents to just make a proper play there. So, the hook, okay. Some of them are pretty close. It's only a minion here, but some of them are very close. And again, you stand a bit too close to Stitches and you get burned. You get hooked, you get gorged, he gobbles you up, and they are going to escort you into the range of the forts, and then you get killed. So right here, that's a bit unfortunate. Chromie kind of griefing. They gobble up Varian after all though and try and escort him straight into range. Bit of an isolation play by Renella, and Varian is not making it. Nope. Cure is dead again. Cure is essentially just acting as the damage sponge here. The one thing that I would love is for a few more diligent turn-ins for the Bratwurst boys, just to secure those gems, because now they're losing Kerrigan too. But I suppose for fans of Team Ash, that's a big win, because now there's a chance to finally bring this game back a notch. What they need to do is secure themselves a few more gems. They have level 16 talents. The last 2 kills happened without level 16 for Team Ash. They were down a talent when they made the plays. But now they can turn in some of the gems and try and get another Web Weaver wave. They lost 2 forts now in total, so structurally they are falling behind for sure. They're definitely taking, yeah, they have a bit of a problem on structures here, so that's the downside. But as this plays out, we now have Chromie still poking away slightly. They have 47 gems. I mean, honestly, at this point, turn your gems in, dude, please. It's like, just turn them in. Even if you don't get the Web Weavers just now, just play it safe. You lost so many gems already. 15 heroes on your end were killed. They killed you 15 times. Make sure that it doesn't happen again. Or that if it happens, it's not that big of a problem. Hook and Gorge as they go for Bishops again. And he's trying to get... They should be able to save him here. Yeah, with Rexa flanking him from the top and getting Misha stunned against Renella. This is looking a little bit better. Chromie gets murdered in the meantime by Phoenix. They're still following on Hazu with the 28 gems that he's holding. He's obviously a prime target for them. Juicy. If they can drop him... but they can't, and he delivers. So they are, as it happens, pretty much closer to another turn than Team Ash. But with Chromie gone, they make a move for boss. All in all, the Bratwurst boys just looking better in this third game. Had a bit of a slow start into the series. I mean, specifically game number 1. But here in map 3, we have them with 16 kills to 9. They're also getting closer and closer to another turn-in. Team Ash has enough gems to turn in, but they're going to be interrupted. That boss is going to be taken 100%. It's going to march straight for the topside keep. And that will buy the Bratwurst boys time to get the remaining gems and turn them in. They're only a few short. Boss is taken now at the top. And down here, Deathwing just doesn't have a chance. Good combo against Hogger. Follow-up stun. And there's the taunt. They're full on chain. Hogger just trying to poke away. Is able to escape. But yeah, they went all out on him. Stun, stun, stun. Now again, the hook played through. Gorge out. Cure again. Dino also falling away. Deathwing dies. And nobody is dealing with that boss at the top lane yet. So the first tower is already destroyed over here. And it's getting grim. Well, Death Knight, Hazops, everybody's still sitting tight there. As they're slowly moving away. And on the left, we have the attack for the next turn-in. Half a level to 20. They can... I mean, if they get it now, they should be getting level 20 by the time they're reaching the gates on the keeps. So, bad news for Team Ash. 60,000 damage, by the way, for Deathwing. Damn. Top damage in the game. Has surpassed Chromie a long time ago. She's sitting at 43,000. So yeah, nicely done. Another hook coming in. Top side, we have Hazops pushing. Pushes the lane out. In the middle, Kerrigan is doing the same thing. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Here's level 20. So not only did they push the lanes up, but they also got experience, which led them 2 Storm Talents. And this is definitely gonna hurt. Push comes to shove for Stukov. Armageddon Beam. All right. Cooldown reduction included. We're going all out with Dino. The Armageddon Beam. I didn't even know what that talent was called, but look at it. Whoa! They get 1, they get 2. 2 heroes dead. Cure might die. But yep, they're going bananas on this one. Varian is dead. And so is Deathwing. The Armageddon Beam. Look at this. Look at that. And Phoenix goes brrrr. Yeah, that's not silly at all. Total deletion. The core is falling, and well, I guess the Bratwurst boys are able to pull it off after all. They go for Hogger, they go for core, and they take down Team Ash with a 2-1 victory. 5-man team wipe to end the game. And that is it. Dino hasn't died. He has 73,000 damage. All good in the hood. We have a victory for the Bratwurst boys as they move on to round number 2. And Team Ash drops down into the losers bracket.